Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you guys are new. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you decided to click on today's video. So today we're going to be reading books that why did I say today? So in this vlog we are going to be reading books that I don't think I like, and I genuinely don't know why I'm doing this, except that I have this really weird urge to just get some books off my shelf that I have been avoiding for the sole reason that I don't think that I like them. So yeah, this is just about taking down my TBR, clearing my shelf, and that's just about it. And it's not even about my shelf, it's about the Goodreads shelf. So yeah, the book I'm going to be starting this vlog with is Zodiac Academy, and this is a long series. This is a really long series. It has around 6 7 books, I think, and they're not short books. They are like really huge books. From when I checked them out on Goodreads, they were like 600, 700, sometimes even 900 pages. And the reason I've been so skeptical about reading these books is because I have not heard a lot of positive reviews of this book, and most of them say that it's basically just like, brain rot fantasy, and there's nothing of substance or value. And one of my favorite vloggers, who is Jamie Falk, I'll attach her link, her channel here. So she said that she hated this book. So, and our tastes match a lot. So I was very just, I felt like I wouldn't like it at all. But then recently I've come across a lot of positive reviews of the book. So one of the things I hate in romance books, like this is always a deal breaker for me, is bully romance. It worked out in Cruel Prince, and Cruel Prince is literally just one of my favorite series ever, but I don't think it'll ever work again, which is why I avoid bully romances with a just vehemence. I hate bully romances from the just core of my being. I despise it so much. So that was one reason I was not willing to go into this series. Another is that I just blanked out. My brain just reset again. But yeah, obviously the length of the books were another factor, because I didn't understand if I wanted to invest that much time in a series I didn't think I like. I was skeptical about the writing style as well. I was hoping it would be easily digestible, but I'm not sure if that's the case, and that was another reason I was skeptical. I think I've mentioned all my reasons. I can't remember what I've said in the past 2 minutes. The reason I've decided to pick this book up now is because this book has an academic setting, and I think it has elemental magic. I love this whole zodiac concept, so I really want to see if it's been executed properly. And if it has been, then it has the potential to be something really great. And if not, maybe it'll just be something brain rot that I read. There are a lot of mixed reviews on this, so I'll just go into the first book, see if it's according to my tastes, if I would want to continue this series, which is why I am picking up Zodiac Academy. That's the first book I'm starting with. It's a romantasy, which is my favorite genre, so I'm hoping that it works itself out. I hope I genuinely like the book. I've already started reading The Awakening, and so far all my worst fears are coming true. So let's see how it works out. I'm still questioning myself about why I'm doing this, but I'll see you soon with an update. Bye bye. So I just finished 50% of Zodiac Academy, and why did no one tell me that this book is so addictive? Because what do you mean I can't stop reading? I do not understand the negative reviews for this book, because it's definitely not the next literary masterpiece of the world, but it's really fun, it's really enjoyable. I love the our two main characters. We have Tori, Vega, who are both twins, and they arrive at this magical academy called Zodiac Academy, and they get to know a lot of secrets about their past. They were supposed to be orphaned, they were in foster care. So all of it is just fascinating. I I love the world building in this book. I absolutely adore it. I love the magic system that we have so far, and I love that we're learning everything at the same pace as the two main characters. So we're not expected to know anything. We're just, this world is being built from the ground up, and I'm really enjoying that. And this book has so many magical just elements thrown in together, and I don't feel like it's clumsy because the academic setting is not there just for the sake of it. Like, it's utilized really properly. These two people are going to classes and they're learning about the new world and the different, magic systems that are present here, the different creatures that are present here. And I love that. I love that the learning is just at the same pace as us. So it really just immerses me in the story. It makes me feel like I'm there with the characters, and I love following them to their classes. Like, they have tarot classes, they have elemental magic classes, and all of it is just amazing. It's been such a long while since I've read about a magic system that I adore so much, because it's giving us so much, but not in a bad way. Like, I'm genuinely enjoying it. I want to know more about this world and this magic system. And we also have so many different creatures here. We have vampires, we have werewolves, we have nymphs, we have centaurs, and I love this whole celestial concept with like the zodiacs, and I think it really helped that I went into it with such low expectations, and now I'm hooked. I'm hooked to the plot, I'm hooked to the characters, I'm hooked to the world building, I'm hooked to the political intrigue. We don't have much of that yet, but it's definitely gonna come up. I love the magic system because I need to calm myself down. I'm really enjoying this book, is my point. I'm gonna give it a pretty high rating, but I'll finish this soon and I'll come back to you with an update. See you. Hello everyone. I don't know if you can tell from my face or my voice, but I'm extremely sick today. I can't remember the last time I felt this sick. Like, the life is literally leaving my body. But that's what it is. I did complete Zodiac Academy last night, and it was a 3.5 stars. I didn't love it as much as I expected to. Like, the first half was really good. I was really invested. I was really intrigued because I feel like the introduction, the beginning to this world, the introduction to all the creatures, the different magic system, the different kinds of magic, the magic system in this world, and just all of the initial introductions, the lore was really good and I really enjoyed that. But I did not enjoy the second half, and one of the reasons for that is these characters are just really inconsistent. Like, one minute they're all enjoying themselves and they've just forgotten all their rivalries and they are in love with each other, and the next moment they bully, like the boys bully these girls to the point of death. So that, it irritates me, it really frustrates me, because there's absolutely no consistency in what we're supposed to think about the characters, what opinions we're supposed to have about the characters, because even these girls are so fickle minded. Like, they have no stable opinions about anything, and at one point the pace at which they were learning new information just became really frustrating, because I feel like almost nothing happened. Like, all so much happened, but at the same time it was so vague that it just might not have happened and that wouldn't have made a difference. So I'm really frustrated about that. I like the first half, did not enjoy the second half so much. So 3.5 stars. This was definitely not what I expected it to be. So I'm really happy about that, and I think I enjoyed this way more than I expected when I started this book. So really happy about that as well, and I'm definitely going to be continuing the series. The next book that I plan to read for this video is A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Liang. And the reason I feel like I wouldn't like this book is just all in my head. It is just pure delusion through which I've convinced myself that I definitely won't enjoy this book. And the reason is, this book feels too much like Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I have trauma from Daughter of the Moon Goddess. That book was something. I did not enjoy it at all. And this cover just gave me the same vibes as that book. I don't know why. They both have blue undertones, maybe. So I was really just scared about that. And one thing I hated about Daughter of the Moon Goddess was the writing style. I genuinely did not like it, and I was afraid this was going to have the same writing style for some reason. And there are a lot of similar themes in both books, like Daughter of the Moon Goddess and Song to Drown Rivers, and I understand that many books have these same tropes. Like, it's nothing so extraordinary, but yeah, I was just scared to go into this book because
I was really, really scared that I would just have another experience like Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and that was an experience that I will hate forever. And hate is such a strong word, I'm not using it lightly right now. And the reason I'm deciding to pick it up right now is because Jamie has just been praising it so much recently, and I really trust her taste in books. Like, we have pretty similar taste in books, so I really want to see if this book is for me. And the premise is really interesting. The reason I picked up Daughter of the Moon Goddess was also like it was based in Chinese mythology, and it had, this daughter of the moon goddess who has to run away, she has to hide her identity, and then she meets this prince, but it did not work out. So that's another thing I'm scared about this book. Like, the premise is just so interesting, and what if it doesn't work out? So we have Zishi, who's one of the seven beauties in ancient China, and then she has to go as an undercover spy, and there's all that going on. You guys know that I like going into books blind, so I have no idea what I'm signing up for except what Jamie has told me, and that sounded interesting. So yeah, let's see if I enjoy this book. Hopefully, I will. And I'll see you soon. Okay, so I've read around 50% of A Song to Drown Rivers, and I really love this book. I genuinely adore this book so much. I love the plot, I love whatever this book is trying to give me, and I especially love the pace and the writing style. It's really fast paced, and the writing style is really immersive. I love the flowery prose. I'm all for that, and it's really working in this book. What I genuinely do not like is that we do not have much emotional connection with the characters, because, like, obviously this girl is supposed to be in training to go infiltrate an enemy kingdom, right? But we don't see anything of her training. It's just told to us instead of shown to us. It's like she's going to be training for 10 months, and bam, those 10 months are gone and she is all trained, but we don't know what she's trained in. And what really frustrates me about this is that this would have opened so many interesting avenues for us to explore. Like, obviously she's training to infiltrate an enemy kingdom, so there's sword play, and there's books, text, literature, political intrigue, poetry, poisons. There are so many avenues to explore there, and it really frustrates me that we got none of it. It was just there, and then it wasn't. So I am really, really sad that that part wasn't given to us at all. Nothing, literally nada, nothing. And then, like, obviously she's supposed to be like, I don't know why I said obviously, but she's supposed to be in love with this general from her own kingdom, the person who like sought her out to infiltrate the enemy kingdom, and he's the advisor to the king. And he's a fine person, like he's really nice and everything. So anyone would root for him if, like, if he was the love interest. But we don't know anything about him. Like, he sought her out, and then they had maybe two conversations, and then they were getting separated, and it was so heart wrenching. But I didn't feel anything because I didn't know this character at all. We didn't explore anything about him. We didn't explore the relationship dynamics. We didn't explore his past. We didn't explore his personality. We don't know anything about this guy. So that romance fell just flat on its face, and that was the first, I guess, 35% of the book. And then it really picked up because she infiltrated the enemy kingdom. And this book reminds me of this Bollywood movie called Razi, where it's like this Indian Kashmiri woman, she marries a Pakistani guy to, like, in a time of war, and there's a lot of political intrigue, and we get her training. Like, we get the entire extent of her training and her working hard at it and just going at it, and we get her willpower, we get her daring. And it's so good because that girl is a fully fleshed person even before she crosses the enemy border. So we like have a sense of her personality, we have a sense of who she is, where she comes from, and her motives. So when she goes into the enemy kingdom, we are completely rooting for her, we are there with her. It feels so much more immersive when you are that invested in a character. But that's the thing with these characters, because you don't know anything. Like, I don't have any sense of emotional connection with this character yet at all, because all of it is shown to us, all of it is just told to us and not shown to us. And it's literally like she was supposed to train for almost 10 weeks, and then it was just they are gone. 10 weeks are gone. What happened in those 10 weeks? I don't know. So I don't even know if it was 10 weeks or 10 months, because that portion was so forgettable. So that really frustrated me a lot. And now she's infiltrated the enemy kingdom and she has met this enemy king, and the enemy king is so fun. And I did not expect that. I genuinely did, because I thought it was just supposed to be a romance with Fanly, whom I don't connect to, so I don't see how he can be a love interest. But God, the chemistry between them. And you know why? Because they've had more than two conversations, unlike Fanly and this girl who have had maybe two conversations in the entirety of 10 months. And you know what really attracted me to the enemy king is that he's the morally grim, misunderstood MMC that I will always root for in real life and in fiction. King has interacted with her. He's like treated her wounds and he's done stuff for her. So it's you see the chemistry. It's not just being told to you like, oh, they are in love. You see why they are in love. Now we are getting like, scheming and plotting and this whole romance, and all of it is getting good. We see her adapting to this life, just like in Razi. You see, you know how she's on her own now, and how it was so different than when she came from her country to this country, because now it's all different and she has to do it all on her own. But here you don't know the person she was before she came into enemy kingdom. Like, you don't have a sense of her personality. Like we see in that movie, I keep going back to that movie because we see in that movie, like, she was such a gentle soul, like that girl couldn't hurt a fly. But then she comes into this enemy kingdom, and now it's a responsibility to hurt people, even unintentionally and unwillingly, because it's a war and no one can be spared from it. So that's the whole thing. I don't know what about anything about this girl at all. We don't get any before or after, we just have after. I cannot describe to you how much I love this enemy king. I love reading about love interest like him. It's really fun to me. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm still sick, so no one can blame me for being out of it. The movie I was talking about, Razi, the main male interest in that, he is also a golden retriever boy, like the boy she's supposed to be in love with, Fanly. But the thing about him is that you see both of them interacting, and you know immediately that there's a connection there, and it's built over time, slowly and slowly, because the connection is soft. It feels like home. It feels like they're really connecting to each other, even though they're supposed to be enemies. So there's that sense of forbidden love. But between them, you don't get any such sense. I didn't sense that feeling of forbidden love. Like, she's going away. She only has this much time. I didn't get that anticipation. Like, she only has this much time left. And, you have to get as much time with her as you can. You're always rooting for the sweet golden retriever boy, but where's the chemistry? Where's the emotion? If you had to make a golden retriever boy, you should have made him like the character in Rasi. Okay, so I just finished A Song to Drown Rivers. This has been a real emotional roller coaster. But one thing I feel wasn't rectified till the very end. I thought that once, the 50% mark had passed and she infiltrated the enemy kingdom, this would be rectified. But I think the book lost a lot of its complexities and nuances because it's a standalone. So there were a lot of things left unexplored, a lot of emotions left unexplored. Like, there was this scene where one of the maids, she said that the soldiers from this kingdom are monsters, and this girl is like, you call the people from our kingdom monsters, because like the people from her kingdom call the soldiers from this enemy kingdom monsters. So that's war, that's the will of kings. So I feel like that was left unexplored. The complexity of war, the nuance of war, and just the little intricacies. Also, I feel like Zishi as a person didn't get a sense of individuality till the very end. It genuinely felt like I was reading a history book, like I was reading a myth in the form of a story. I loved the writing style. I loved just the overall atmosphere. It was so atmospheric, but I feel like I was watching all of it happen from just behind a glass wall. I didn't feel immersed. This story had so much potential for depth and just a lot of strong feelings that it could evoke, but I feel like all that potential was wasted. Another thing to just add to this whole theme is that the romance was so good, right? It was so good on both sides, with Fan Lee, just his character, and this enemy king, but neither of their characters were explored properly. Like, they were just there. They loved her, it was there, but why, we don't know. So yeah, I feel like the way my voice is cracking is not even funny. I love the overall flow of the story. I love whatever happened in this book, but there was so much more that could have been going on, and just so much depth the story could have had. Whatever emotional depth and complexity we did get was really good when we had those moments, but they were just moments. I do feel a lot of emotions for all of these characters because I feel like I have created them up in my head. They are not the way I think of them in my head. They are not described that way in the book, but that's how I have made them up to be in my head, which is why I'm connected and attached to them. But the author had so much potential to just make them and mold them the way she wanted to, instead of just leaving it up to my imagination. And that is what I don't like. I like using my imagination, but not to this extent when it comes to characters. I don't want to fill the gaps in between. I don't want to fill the gap when it comes to just character development or countenance or the moments that the characters could have had. So yeah, that's my main complaint, and I'm really happy with the way this challenge is going. The last book I'm gonna read is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. The reason I don't think I like this book is because I didn't in the past. I did read this book when I was in Bangalore. It was just not my taste, but I've been seeing so many people, just the Throne of Glass hype coming back to the internet, and I want to be part of it. I have FOMO. So I've read 45% of the book, and I just wanted to come here and give an update before I continued further. The thing about this book is, I think the writing style is very immature and it all feels very surface level, and I think that is fair considering this is Sarah J. Maas's debut novel and there are so many books after this one and pretty thick books, so obviously you get invested in the plot, in the characters, but right now I don't feel as invested as I should. I don't see anything unique, anything groundbreaking. So I'm not the biggest fan of this book, but I don't hate it, which is what my thoughts were when I last read this book. But because of the hype around it, I wanted to give it another chance. I wanted to see if I was missing out on something in particular that I would see this time around, but I don't. And that's my problem. And another thing I can't get past is Selena is such a common name. Just changing the S to C doesn't make it unique. And why would you think it does? And that just really irritates me. I like both the male characters. I like Dorian. I like Kale, however you pronounce it. In the audiobook, the narrator is pronouncing it as Kale. But I hate that they are just immediately attracted to the FMC because of no reason whatsoever. Like, that is not explored at all. Why are they attracted to her? And it's like instant, so that bothers me. But I like the romance. It's fine, it's good, I like everything that's happening, but I think this is just very first book. It's building up to something, but it's not there yet, and that's the feeling this book is giving me so far. And those are basically my thoughts and opinions. Even Selena, I don't like her as a female main character at all because I think she has that I'm not like other girls complex, and I don't know if it's because like it was a thing when this book was written, but I hate it so much. And that is just the definition of a poor female main character to me. When she has the I'm not like other girls complex, immediately I'm like, no, get out of my face. So that is irritating me, along with the just spelling of her name and the way the boys are attracted to her immediately. I think the romance arc wasn't needed at all in this book, and it was added just for the sake of calling it a romantasy or whatever. But I think the fantasy elements could have been developed more. Those are just my thoughts. So I have officially completed Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Please excuse the mess that is my life and my bed. But about Throne of Glass, I think this was a really fun and decent book. I definitely don't get the hype around it because firstly I did not like the writing style at all. It feels very immature, but I think I would still like to continue the series because even though the plot didn't feel fresh and unique to me in this book, I know that Sarah J. Maas really evolves as an author, so I really want to see how she builds the magic system, how she builds the world in this particular series, because Akota is just one of my favorite series ever. So I think I want to feel emotionally invested in this series as well, and I don't want to miss out. I really just want to be part of that hype. And about the characters, I did not like Selena, Kelina, whatever her name is. I think Dorian and Keol are really interesting characters. So I would like to see how their stories go. So yeah, I'm invested. I'm sad. I'll definitely read the next books, and I want to see how it all progresses, how it evolves. I want to see the hype. So that brings us to the end of this video. I think this video has just really helped me cope this week because I was so sick. I have been so sick these past few weeks, and I have been like, I have no motivation to do anything in life, but I have exams coming up. So yeah, I'm still pretty sick, but I think reading at a fast pace has really helped me because I did want to just get reading and do stuff, but I wasn't being able to. So thank you for coming along with me on this journey. It's really helped me. You guys have no idea, and I have no idea why I thought I wouldn't like these books because, sorry, there was a butterfly outside my window. I'm scared of insects. But yeah, I do not know why I said I wouldn't like these books because I ended up really enjoying all of them, and all of them have really stood out to me. Zodiac Academy, it was, the bullying got on my nerves, but I think I really enjoyed the whole magic system, the whole plot, and I want to see how that goes. And A Song to Drown Rivers was genuinely so good. I still think about that book. It's in my memory. It's so memorable. And I did not like some aspects of it, but I really love that book. Even that was, Zodiac Academy was a 3.5 stars. This was a 4.25 for 4.25, and even Throne of Glass is a good 3.5 star read. So I'm really happy about that. I am so glad that I was proved wrong, and it was all just delusion in my head that made me think I was going to hate these books, because I ended up enjoying literally all of them. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna start filming the next one as soon as I end this clip because I have decided the next video and I'm really excited to get started. Please like, please subscribe. You guys have no idea. It means the world to me when you choose to join me on my reading journey, and just if we can read together and share the same together and have a community together. So please like, please subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.